Hi there, I'm Em. Welcome to the Professionals Recovery Room. In our last episode, we talked about staying organized with competing priorities. And in this episode, we're going to be hitting the topic of the myth of multitasking. This topic really resonates with me because I feel like even myself, I get pulled into thinking that I have to do all of these different things and be so efficient at them, and everything needs to get done as soon as possible. And that's just not always true. It's also one of those things where we're actually so backwards in that way of thinking because multitasking is actually not efficient. Believe it or not, the brain actually doesn't multitask. It task switches. So every time you switch tasks, your brain has to reset and refocus, which can lead to a reduction in productivity. And as mentioned in the last episode, Rubinstein in 2001 found that switching between tasks can reduce productivity by up to 40%. And that's a lot. Stanford researchers found that people who frequently multitask actually have more trouble filtering distractions and retaining information. And Nass and Wagner in 2009 found that heavy multitaskers performed worse on tests of attention, memory, and task switching than light multitaskers. So if that's not enough studies to let you know that multitasking is not the most efficient way to handle your day, then I don't know what to tell you. This is proven time and time again, and yet people continue to think that multitasking is making them more efficient. On top of that, you can add all of the technology, the screen time, the things that are just consistently bombarding us with stimulation into that whole matrix. And when you're bouncing between tasks, whether that be you're doing work and then you check your phone and then you take a phone call and then you look at your computer email and then whatever it is, when you're bouncing between those tasks, your brain is using up that glucose and all those mental resources, which is creating fatigue and increasing your stress so much faster than doing one thing at a time. One of my favorite things to discipline myself to do, and I say that because it does take me discipline, is to just put my phone away. Take times of the day when I am not using technology, whether that be my notepad, maybe I'm reading a book, whatever it is, just put the technology away and try focusing on one thing. And it's really hard at first. And a lot of times when I'm doing simple tasks, my brain just automatically goes to, oh, where's my phone? Oh, let me just check this, or researching something. I'm the worst for researching. So I can be like having that creative thought and I'm going through those rhythms and all of a sudden I want to research something. But no, put the phone away. Don't use the phone. Go back to it later after you've had this block of time without all of that stimulation. Single tasking, like doing one thing at a time, is truly a learned skill. And you have to rebuild it with intention and practice. It takes me practice to be able to do that. But when you start, don't go big. Just start super small. Start with just 20 minutes of uninterrupted time and then go from there and see how it goes for you. And just remember, if you forget and you start multitasking, come back to it, refocus, and restart again. It just will be over time, you will gain the skill and it'll become easier and easier. And by doing that one thing at a time with your full attention, like washing dishes or replying to emails or eating lunch even, which I do at the table with no distractions, to lower all of that stimulation and focus on one thing at a time, it's a great way to practice having a meal without any other distractions. And it can help strengthen your neural pathways for that focus and that presence in that moment. I understand that we live in a life where multitasking has been normalized and even celebrated. And there were times when I first started my career that honestly, we were being trained on how to multitask efficiently. But really, What we should be focusing on right now is less multitasking and more efficiency, because multitasking is just not efficient. I hope this was helpful for you today. I hope you took something with you, and maybe you can even try implementing one of these practices today. If not, hopefully it's just warming you up to the idea, and maybe you can leverage something in the future that might be helpful to you. Thank you so much for joining. See you next time.